my name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman and Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan, and today we're continuing our video series designed to educate and inform the public, so please subscribe to our channel. We've been talking a lot about documentation. We've been talking a lot about how you prove the value of an asset, how you prove the value of the marital estate. Let's talk about the unprovable. Let's talk a little bit about cash. A lot of people call us up and say, you know, I've been married for 10 years and my ex, who's the breadwinner, all her money's in cash. She cuts hair out of the house. She makes everything in cash. We're supported by cash. I can't prove nothing, but I know that she's been putting away a lot of cash. What do I do about that? Well, the truth of the matter is the court doesn't really care if it's cash or not cash. The court will divide up whatever you can prove. The problem is proving that someone has an income and how much it is if it's completely based on undocumented cash. Now, you can tell the court, well, this has been going on for 20 years. Can't prove it now, but this is what we've done. And the court's attitude is going to be, look, you've benefited from that cash for 20 years also. So now we have to look at it, what's left. For all we know, everything was spent on trips and cars and jewelries and dresses and clothing and boats and house payments. So as far as the court's concerned, everything that you might have accumulated in cash, that may already be spent or in other assets. If you can't show that there's what cash is going in, you're really going to have a challenge to convince the court that this person has anything to give. And if you're the one who wants, let's say, alimony, and they say, well, gee, Judge, I'm sorry, I have no income at this time, and you can't prove it, you're going to be up a creek. Now, there are certain things that you can do. The court is wise to the fact that some people claim they don't have any money, and the court can reconstruct certain things. You can show that the person has rent, they pay a certain amount of money. The person has utilities that they pay for. They have a car payment, they have car insurance, they've got all these things. And you can establish that, and then you can establish, in light of all those expenditures, they must make at least X dollars. Cash or not cash, that's what they make. And the court can use that. And the court can use that number for child support or spousal support. The court can certainly use that, but in order to do that, it's going to take work, and it's going to take perhaps the hiring of a private investigator. If not, at the very least, your attorney is going to have to take the sworn deposition of the other party and go through all the assets and find out, how do they pay for this, how do they pay for that? And believe me, it may get complicated. If he says, I don't pay rent, instead I do maintenance for the lady and she lets me live there for free. Or I don't have a car, the car belongs to my dad. It's a family car, he pays the notes, he pays the gas. You know, if you're dealing with those kind of excuses, how did I pay for my last vacation? The girlfriend financed it. How did I do this? I borrowed money from my buddy. I owe him money, I got to pay that back. Here's the promissory note. We've seen all of these things where people try these shady things in order to avoid expenses. The good news is that the court will always look at it. And if you can prove it even after the divorce, if you can prove that they lied to the court or that alimony would be appropriate because in fact there is evidence to support it, the court may consider these things. But you got to understand, the burden of proof is on you. So you better start collecting evidence now. You better start accumulating documentation, photographic evidence, some sort of evidence of where things are, so that if it falls apart, you can prove that there is a cash element here that needs to be considered. If you have any questions about that, reach out and we'll be glad to help you out.